Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and we're at Helix Esports once again as we do get ready for the ALGS Championship just next week. But today we're going to be talking all about movement techniques and also aim assist a little bit in Apex Legends, as Respawn does seem to be going in a little bit different of a direction going forward. We're also going to give out 45 bucks. All you got to do is like, comment, subscribe. You guys know the drill, but without further ado, let's jump into today's topic.
So one of the things that has always made Apex Legends incredibly unique and one of the best first-person shooters out there is the fact that it has such crazy movement in it. In fact, Otter made a video a while back showing a tier list for all the different movement techniques that you could use in the game. There's things like the super jump, there's zipline grapple techniques, there's gravity cannon techniques. Every time Apex Legends adds something new in, it just gets a little bit even crazier. In fact, Moki Sniper also showed an entire list, and there's stuff like climbing, climb skip, ball stun cancel, wall run, wall bounce. There's edge ledge techs, item interactions. There's legend specific ones such as Pathfinder grapples with slingshot, super grapple, grapple hop, octane stim and jump pad techniques, Valkyrie with moon boots, Vantage with the Vantage dashing. There's just so many crazy things added into this game. The one downside about this though is that it is very hard for newer players to jump into Apex Legends and try to keep up mechanically, because some of the things that you're seeing on the screen right now just is not that easy to learn and takes a very long time, which isn't a problem when everyone's starting at the same level, but as things go on, you can't just simply jump in and try to keep up with them. And this has led to things where people are saying that movement techniques and mechanics need to actually be removed. There's entire Reddit threads talking this season about how it is getting a little bit out of hand, and they're not necessarily wrong. In fact, this was uploaded and it's called the Ruri or something, but if you look at this tap strafe, it actually uses configurations. I believe it's called the Riru, maybe I was mispronouncing it earlier, but basically this should not be allowed in the game whatsoever. There is a tap strafe which is already very powerful on mouse and keyboard, but this makes it almost impossible and would ruin the chances of anyone having a fair and competitive game. And the problem is players also are tired of configure movement users, and this is typically what you see on controller. However, it gets very debatable because the problem is controller players are just trying to keep up with what mouse and keyboard players can do. And this has been a long-standing issue. In fact, back about 2 years ago exactly, on August 31st of 2021, Respawn said that they decided to remove tap strafing from Apex Legends in the 10.1 patch. Their reasoning was it's inaccessible, lacks readability and counterplay, and is exasperated by movement abilities. In fact, they went into it with patch notes. Now, eventually they decided not to do this. They got a lot of backlash about it. A lot of pro players wanted to keep it in. And while I do think tap strafing is a unique mechanic and should remain in the game, it's kind of hard to tell where they decided to blur the lines. For instance, punch boosting used to be a movement trick that was removed in season 12. And all this did was allow you to slide down a hill faster by punching the ground, which compared to tap strafing isn't nearly as broken in my opinion. Along with that, it's been very well documented that moving and looting in a death box, which is something only PC players can do unless you're on a controller using configurations, was actually a bug. And Respawn has said no, they're never going to fix it. If they were to rewind to early Apex development, they'd probably take it out, but at this point in time, they're not going to change anything with it. And so when you look at all the abilities that a PC player can do, and literally there is an entire tier list, as we went over with Otter, of all these things mouse and keyboard players can do, it's a little confusing on why devs are now trying to nerf aim assist. In fact, they spoke in a recent interview saying, we're definitely looking at aim assist. We don't have any changes at this time, but it's something we definitely want to address. I think it has become more apparent the reason the SMG meta is the way it is because of the controller. And yes, aim assist is very powerful, but so are the movement techniques that mouse and keyboard can do. So I don't know how they're going to possibly find a balance between the two and what they're going to do about configurations on controller, because if you nerf aim assist and then you also make it so they can't do the same movement techniques using configs, it just feels like mouse and keyboard has a huge power boost there. Along with that, if you just go ahead and take out all the movement abilities of mouse and keyboard to try to balance it, well then Apex Legends would be just like every other first-person shooter. As it's pointed out here, every other FPS feels boring now according to Floyd Kids, and he's not wrong. Like we said at the beginning of the video, something that makes Apex Legends incredibly unique is the movement. It'll be interesting to see what Respawn does going forward and how they actually address these issues, because I don't know any possible way that they can actually make it balanced so that both the controller community and the mouse and keyboard community feel like they're enjoying the game and that they're on an equal footing to play against each other.
Let me know down below, what are your guys' thoughts on tap strafing and aim assist in Apex Legends? Do you think it has a place, or do you think that Respawn needs to rework it? Also, don't forget to check out the second channel by my editor Novell, who does amazing Apex Legends content. And until next time, Legends, keep slaying in the outlands. I'll see you out there.